This is not ready to paint.
Okay.
This is the first step from that.
Mhm.
You can see it.
All right.
The unveiling.
Okay. Oh yeah.
How far back we going? Is that?
That's probably good, Sally.
Oh yeah.
But it looks a lot different than the picture. I really enjoyed that picture.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It was only caved in like 10 inches. You know.
But the problem being,
Right.
it was on an arc.
Right.
It was on a positive bulge
Mhm.
to a negative, which is the hardest. It couldn't have been any worse than.
Yeah.
Now this one here, I made a panel.
Uh-huh.
This is all panel, this is all new.
Right.
And while I was working on it, evidently this is a weak area.
Okay.
This fender is very weak.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a shame because Sally, we had to cut this much of it out because it was so rusty.
Yeah, I saw that part.
And there's a place over here. To give you an idea, right here.
Right. It's just pure cancer.
Yeah, but this was the worst, and it was so easy to catch yourself on it.
Mhm.
At first I put tape on it, and then I decided I better put a piece of metal.
Wow, look at that paint on that manifold.
Get that.
Oh, excuse me. Here. Okay.
So anyway, see the clearance you got on the.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now see, I put this rod on. That was the one that came on the car.
Right.
So that one's out as far as it can go.
Mhm.
And this one here just kind of steadies up the other one.
Right.
And when you put the hoses on it, it also has a tendency to support the
Right.
radiator.
It kind of triangulates.
When you get everything in it, you know, you can see how the clearance is down below.
Right.
We fudged on the lower pulley. We used the closest one we could,
Mhm.
and we had to change because the bolt was only so long.
Right.
And the crankshaft is drilled and tapped inside. And that's the way they work.
Right.
So anyway, the alignment on that is pretty good. The alignment on this to here is a little bit off.
Right.
But I think it'll probably work.
Right.
Haven't really tried it.
Yeah.
See what it is when this engine was made, it was in a chassis, and the engine actually set uphill.
Mhm.
If you look at the carburetor,
Right, it's
the
got
carburetor sets downward.
Right.
Well, that's because in a regular car that this was in before, the carburetor would be level.
Mhm. Mhm.
But because of the manifold and the spacing of you can see the engine is setting uphill.
Mhm.
That's perfectly normal. That's the way that engine was built, because this changed in '49.
Right.
So what I did was, I made just a little fake bolt here. It was a little head on it,
Right.
just to put this on.
Yeah, just to mock it up.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
And then yesterday I was doing this.
Yeah.
And now what I had to do, I had to hand grind this fitting.
Right.
The fitting is actually too short. It needs a little bit more room. So in order to get it to work, I ground down the edge of this fitting
Right.
so that it goes in as far as it can.
Right. And seats.
And this is what you had originally, but they had all kinds of shit and junk over here. So I replaced this.
Right.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And then this is the feed from the tank. Your tank surface comes into here.
Right.
And then it's pumped up. This is naturally electric. So when you turn the switch on,
Hey,
it'll pump
Yeah.
up this fuel pump.
Right.
And this fuel pump will work. If this ever quits, it'll probably suck right through.
Right.
This is the way it should be. It should have a mechanical pump because that's the way it was designed.
Mhm.
This was like an addendum to it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which is not a problem. It's good because if you have the car, it sits for a long time.
Right.
You turn the ignition on and the pump fills up the carburetor.
Right.
And instantaneously, with a 6-volt system, if you do that, you usually have good service. But if you don't, it takes so much to crank it over. By the time it gets cranking over,
Right. The battery's almost dead.
The battery's dead.
Yeah.
You don't have enough. What happens is your primary going into your coil and stuff is lower.
Mhm.
You know, instead of being 6.5 or 7 volts, it's like 4.5 volts.
Right.
And you're reaching a point to where it's not going to create enough spark to
Yeah.
fire the engine.
Exactly.
So anyway, that's where we're at this point.
All right. Very good. Very good.
We'll